All right, we're back live for everyone out there. We appreciate you as always. Another episode at 2 a.m. in Sweden, although we should call it Black Tuesday at this point, or we might end up calling it just another day of firings, or even just transfer portal galore. I'm one of your hosts, Hayes, with the one, the only, fuck out of here, Harbaugh. All this is something I called at Steven_Springs. Steven, how you doing? How's life going?
Back in the rhythm, man. Kids are back at school this week. Thank God. I went to the gym today at 11:45 and it was empty. There was no one there, which is a great sign for regular gym goers. Other than that, man, grinding. New year, new us. Although that's a lie. New year, same bullshit. But that's it, man. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is where back-to-back weeks where we're seeing each other. So, nothing new. Nothing new, dude. Mason does have a swim meet this weekend on Sunday.
He's swimming,
go. He's swimming breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle, and backstroke. He's also doing a medley, which is all 4 events in one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on Sunday. So Tuesday we'll have an update on that, and I expect him to dominate again.
Yeah, that's what the people came to hear. They come for us, but they like to hear what's going on with the homie and the swimming. So many things that I want to talk about. The first part is everything that's going on in the transfer portal. I want us to discuss everything that's going on in the NFL. I had the time today to end up calculating our standings, all the picks that we did throughout the whole year. I was able to go through our top 5 in the fantasy football in each of the different categories. So quarterback, running back, defense, tight end. So we'll go through all of that as well. But I feel the best place to end up starting is just everything in terms of college football. So the first thing I'm going to bring up is Jeff. Jeff is going to be the start of the show, and Jeff is going to be the end of the show. Because a lot of people know the Miami-Ohio State game. We talked about that. A lot of people know what's been going on with Ohio State because of Jeremiah Smith, and then also Carnell Tate. Those have been pretty big names. So Jeff is a former wide receiver himself.
Of course.
So he was talking about, did I bring up last week how he had to transfer over to quarterback?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So then the other thing is Jeff is a big Cleveland Browns fan, but he's secretly a San Francisco 49ers fan.
Sure.
Also a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Well, so he comes into the office and he's just like, this is all I'm gonna do today, Christian. And everyone that knows football knew exactly why that happened, because he got his 23rd sack. I'm talking about Myles Garrett, for anyone that does not know, in terms of the Cleveland Browns. So of course we got into that discussion, and then we ended up talking about Michael Strahan, because he said, why would Michael Strahan end up saying that? For anyone that doesn't know, a lot of old heads like to watch the beginning broadcast, the ending broadcast, anything mid-game. They watch all the analysts. Me and Steven don't necessarily watch every single analyst, but he will be there for Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, Rob Gronkowski, all of them. He's there for that. You can go over to CBS. He's going to be there listening to Burleson. He's going to be listening to Cower when he was there. He's going to listen to any of them. So he's like, why is Michael Strahan saying this? And I said, well, if it makes you feel better, Jeff, Myles Garrett did it in less snaps. And he said, see, why aren't they bringing up that stat? I promise you, Michael Strahan's never going to bring up that stat. But what are your thoughts on the sack record actually happening, but also the 2 games that it took to get that sack record were 2 games that the other team lost because they were focusing on Myles Garrett?
It doesn't count in my personal record book.
Okay.
I really hate how he got the sack, right? I think everybody that's a true football fan hates the way he got the sack. It was very obviously reminiscent of when Michael Strahan got it and Brad Favre fell down. So, of course, everyone brought that up. But I mean, yeah, shout out to Myles Garrett. Like, that's a huge number, right? That's a huge number. So, it's impressive, nonetheless, no matter how many games it took. He was rocking and rolling very early in the season, which you have to be for that kind of thing. But, yeah, shout out to him. It doesn't count in my personal record book. They played too many games, too many opportunities, but shout out.
Shout out.
I also just hate the
So
way I also hate the way he just got the sack. Like, I wish it was like a chase down sack or like a fucking big hit on Burrow, but Burrow saw it come and he went down and avoided any potential injury, I guess, whatever. But shout out nonetheless.
Shout out. So that was one topic that I did want to bring up. Now we can go into a lot of the college football stuff. So there's multiple different facets to this. The first part is the amount of people in the transfer portal. So they said over 4,000 people are in the transfer portal. What do you feel? Because I listen to Dan Lanning, I listen to Nick Saban. What are your thoughts on how this can be fixed? Number one. And then number two, do you feel with NIL, we're going to have to get to a point of a cap in terms of how much the teams can pay, not in terms of all like the small businesses in the area. But I say that because everyone knows Texas Tech just locked down their dude, $5 million. He's making more than what Shedeur Sanders is making on his full contract. So my first thing for you is transfer portal. What are your thoughts? How can we stop that? 4,000 people being in it. Second part is, do you think NIL needs a cap?
Yes, on the second one for sure. Well, probably, but I would say originally I would say that because it's just going to end up being the same teams, but there's always like Texas Tech, like there's always like an off season where someone comes into a team and they donate X amount of millions of dollars, and boom, that team turns into a powerhouse. Now Texas Tech didn't make it as far as they wanted to, but they had a dope season because of that. They were able to bring in guys. Ohio State, they brought in Caleb Downs last year. They brought in Will Howard last year, and we see how that went. So there's one-offs, but it's going to be the same teams, the same handful of teams. But yeah, sure, I think it needs a cap because you're just eliminating a very good majority of college football teams, and especially at the James Madison, the group of five level, which sucks, but that's how it's kind of always been. This isn't like a new trend. Like it's always this. It's been the same teams, especially over the last 15, 20 years, because paying players has always been a thing. It's just like some schools were doing it better. They were hiding it a lot better, even though it wasn't like, can't really hide that, but nonetheless. So I think there needs to be a cap, but I think it is good to some degree because it gives other teams like one of those one-off years, if not maybe a good stretch or two. Like Indiana is not going anywhere anytime soon. Because
you don't think so?
No, dude, no. They're just gonna keep getting guys. They got this kid Nick Marsh transferred to Michigan State. Like they're gonna get court. Like, and people are gonna want to place it for Signetti because they have a chance to win. Like they have a chance to win. Like they dominated the Big Ten this year. I think they're probably gonna beat Oregon. I'm not sure who's gonna. I said Ohio. I don't think anyone's gonna beat Ohio State. I think now that same thing is true for Indiana. But all four quarterbacks of these teams are all transfer quarterback guys. Like that's how it goes, though. Penn State's quarterback now is a transfer guy, Rocco Becht. So I think
he's the starter.
Yeah, for sure. He is. Okay. Penn State fans will remember the name Trace McSorley. He was a quarterback from 2015 to 2018. Rocco Becht is Matt Campbell's version of Trace McSorley. So Penn State fans should get ready because 2016 or 2026 is going to look a lot like 2016 when we won the Big Ten. So I'm just saying that. And then the first question was the transfer portal. I think it's very easy. You can transfer once, no problem, play right away. But then if you transfer again, you have to sit out a year.
Yeah.
You can maintain the eligibility, but you have to sit out a year and redshirt and not play that year. Because these guys are transferring. Like some guys have transferred like 4 times in 4 years. And
I know every single year they're doing
it. I mean, Penn State's lost. I mean, I think we've lost north of 40 by the end of today. But we've also gotten north of 30 probably over the. So we're losing guys, but we're getting a ton of them guys. We just got a kid from Ohio State, James Peebles, running back, transferred over about 2 hours ago. I heard rumblings. I don't know. My sources say we might get a receiver from Ohio State. That's all I'm going to say. But I mean, it's crazy. Like, Penn State wasn't a big portal team prior to Matt Campbell getting here. But, like the guys that we've gotten are all Iowa State guys, or like 90% of them are Iowa State guys, which I think everybody expected to happen. So I think the transfer portal thing is a very easy one. Like you can transfer once, all good, play. But then after that, you got to sit out a year. You can redshirt, maintain out of that eligibility, but you got to sit out a year. And then, yeah, there should be some sort of cap on the NIL, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because there's too many influences on the NIL. So it's just, and like new NIL collectives keep popping up, and some guy wants to donate to this or some business wants to do this. So I think to what you said though, it can be done via the school, like the athletic department they had to have a cap. But like this year, for example, Adidas is giving $30 million to Penn State for the NIL, which is crazy. So that helps. But yeah, there should be a cap on it. But the businesses in certain cities or whatever, that's probably just going to happen because that's been happening for a while. That's not going to stop.
Yep.
So
yeah. So those were along similar thoughts that I had. My big thing is, for anyone that doesn't know, this is a big reason why Nick Saban left. Nick Saban knew a lot of this was going to happen, and you just see it getting out of hand. The only teams, and this is when you're going to start to see it can balance the power a little bit because you look at all the Texas schools, they have stupid money. Look at Texas Tech. They're going to be a team that's going to be a team to be there for a while. You have Texas A&M. We already know what type of money they have. They talk about it all the time. If Johnny Manziel was here during this time, the money he would have would be astronomical. And
certain
then you
guys,
have Texas.
Like Tebow, another guy.
Yeah.
Scam Newton, another guy.
Yep.
Obviously, I mean, we know kind of the backstory on that, but there's a reason he went to Auburn. All those dudes from Alabama, I mean, they were getting. I heard stories from Jordan about guys who played for Alabama getting checks and this and that and all that. So it's been happening for the longest time. But if there was like actual NIL evaluations for certain guys back in the day, yeah, like Johnny Manziel, yeah, that would be Texas A&M would still be paying him.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I wish. And you've heard all these guys talk about like, oh man, if I had NIL back in my day, like yeah,
I know,
it'd be great. Even guys like Jay Hill, who wasn't like a first team All-American guy and this and that, like he was all Big Ten, third team All-American guy, and he probably would have gotten some love in the NIL world. They all do. Yeah. It's just like depends on the number, but yeah, it must be nice though.
So that's one thing I wanted to touch on. Another thing that just came out today is our Carnell Tate. So he's leaving for the NFL draft. Do you feel he's another one along the lineage of Ohio State?
Yeah.
So now let's go into this because this shows the difference between certain shows that talk about Ohio State and other shows like ours, between Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Egbuka, Carnell Tate, and Jeremiah Smith. Which of those six, and I know I left out a lot, I'm trying to do the more recent ones. Which of those six do you think is the best?
Jeremiah Smith.
Okay.
He's just too good, dude. He's just too good. It's he's just too good. If you I mean, and all those guys, and I've seen all those guys dominate us. Dominate us. And I watched in person twice Marvin Harrison Jr. back-to-back years put up over 100 yards on us. And I thought that was the guy, but like all the guys that just came before him who were there, they were like, hey, you guys need to watch this kid, Jeremiah Smith. And I started watching the tape before he got to school, and I was like, damn, he's gonna dominate us for 3 straight years. And luckily we don't have to play him next year. Thank God. Like another third, dude, he was dominating last year. Like he was, I mean, he could have gone to the league last year. He's like 6'4", 230 pounds. He's Julio Jones when Julio Jones was a, all pro receiver, like in his prime. So yeah, he's gonna. I don't know if he'll be the number one pick in the draft, but I would not be surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
They can't miss prospects sometimes. He's definitely that guy for sure.
So
and those are like some of the best college wide receivers that we've had over the last 20 years.
Yeah. Other part is because we're going to dive into the college football playoff side of things. And for anyone that's saying, why haven't we talked a lot more on the college football? Once the playoffs are over, we're going to deep dive into all the different picks because anyone that watches the show knows we talk so much about the scouting combine. That's really when we bring up every single thing that's happened, that's going on, and we start to get ready for the NFL draft. We will legit have 2 to 3 months just to talk straight every single prospect that's out there. Transfer portal will bring all of that up. But main thing is, we'll talk about it right now, Oregon, Indiana, and then Ole Miss against Miami. Before we touch on that part, your boy Lane Kiffin just still getting paid, and he don't even got to do anything. But for anyone that doesn't understand, he's not getting paid by Ole Miss. He's getting paid by LSU right now. LSU agreed in the contract to pay for all this stuff from Ole Miss. So not having to do shit. He's legit recruiting players to come to his current program while he's getting paid for what's happened at his previous program. And for old heads out there, they'll know this. Charlie Weiss is coaching there at Ole Miss, and they're trying to figure out what is he going to do. Where do you think he goes? Some people are saying he's just going to jump straight to the NFL. Some people are saying he will actually come with them to LSU. But hypothetically, in the off chance Ole Miss makes it to the championship game, if not farther, which would you do?
I mean, I think you got to offer him a ton, especially if what's his name? Because Chambliss is coming back, right?
Yep, Trinidad.
Yeah. So that, I mean, I don't know. It depends on what LSU's going to pay him, right? It depends on who's paying you more. Like that's really what it comes down to. But if Ole Miss is smart, they'll offer him a boatload of money. I don't know about making him the highest paid offense coordinator, but pretty close, I guess, right?
Yeah, you have to.
I think you kind of have to. In terms of the game, Indiana and Oregon, that is what, the Fiesta Bowl? No, Peach Bowl.
Yeah,
Peach Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl is Ole Miss, Miami. Peach Bowl is Oregon, Indiana.
Bingo. I think Indiana's gonna win that game. They played a great game out in Eugene early in the season. Indiana won that one. Came back. Mendoza had a great game. I don't know, man. They fucking steamrolled Alabama. I just did not see that coming. I picked Bama in that game, unfortunately. But I just did not see them getting dominated like they did. Now it's not your grandpa's, it's not our Alabama, obviously, but still, they still got dudes, and those dudes got punked. And Cignetti just doesn't give a fuck, dude. It does not. That man does not care at all. He just like, I'm going to win this game no matter what. I used to have a theory about the coaches with the full headset on, but
you say that
theory's been busted a couple years ago with Harbaugh, even though they cheated, and then Cignetti is dominating too. So I think Indiana wins that game, but I think that's gonna be a track meet though. I think neither defense is gonna show up. I think that's gonna be like first one to 40 maybe, which is great. That's what you want.
Yeah.
I want both these games more than anything. I really don't care who wins. I hate all these teams, but like, I don't care who wins. I just want to have good playoff games. It just like the Penn State Notre Dame game was a great game. I know we lost, but that was a great game. So I just want that again after kind of how the playoffs have gone so far. There's only been a couple good games, but I really want these to be both games, both be good games. But I think Indiana wins against Oregon, and then I don't know. Miami's got rolling right now, man. They look really good against Ohio State, and that doesn't happen a lot against that team. That defense is playing great. I'm actually going to root for Miami just so I can keep seeing Michael Irvin do Michael Irvin shit on the sidelines.
That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's all I can. I want to see. I want to see as much Michael Irvin over the next month or the next 2 weeks as I possibly can, dude.
Yeah.
Like we need to have he needs to have his own channel. Like the Manning cast, just have like a Michael Irvin cast. Just give him just put a mic on him, put a camera on him at all times.
You know where the championship game is played at, right?
Miami, dude. That is unbelievable. Like, no way. He's going to have the time.
Yes.
I don't know, man. This might be it for him. Like, we might never see him again.
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to see Michael Irvin shit, dude.
So in my family chat, my mom or dad said something, and all I put was BTA. And my brothers were like, "You're wild for that." I said, "If y'all don't know, you're going to figure it out." So then I'm over here. People are like, "Why is he just hitting a Gatorade bottle?" My brother doesn't watch college football, any football. So I just send it, and all he sees.
Your brother doesn't watch any football?
My youngest one, no.
How old is he?
The middle one, he's 25, turns 26.
He doesn't watch any football.
No football.
We need to talk about this really quick. Why doesn't he watch football?
So he's never been that person. He kind of watches basketball. He played basketball in high school, but he just doesn't do that. He's very much into anything pop culture wise. That's him. Anything anime, that's him. But he's not really that one. Whereas my younger brother, but my dad isn't really big into it. It's mainly me and my mom, and then my middle brother has gotten into it because of me. Like he texted me today, and we'll get into it in a second about the Ravens. But I sent a link in my brother's chat, and it was just Michael Irvin, and he stopped because all he saw was Michael Irvin taking his belt off, and he was like, "I don't know where this is going." I was like, "No, just watch the ref."
Yo, first of all, Michael Irvin's what, 60?
Yeah,
my man is yoked.
Yeah, he is.
My man's yoked. I mean, that's what certain things will do to you over time. But
yep.
Yeah,
shout out to Sports
I didn't know your brother
International.
didn't like football or didn't watch football.
No. So crazy part is, for anyone that doesn't know, where Steven and I used to work, we worked with Michael Irvin. I had to do one of his camps. This is all crazy when it comes full circle. When people say this, like, why do you focus or talk?
I probably got one of those shirts laying around somewhere too.
That's shit I'm talking about. Yeah. So between the two games, Oregon, Indiana, I was telling people at work, because I'm the person people ask about all this. I think this determines who's going to be the first round pick. I mean, the first quarterback drafted, because of the fact, yes, they'll go on other tape and different things. But if one of those two just go far beyond the other, they're going to say, this is what we can go back to the tape. If Mendoza does it, he almost solidifies the spot. If Dante Moore does it, it's going to be, oh shit, we're in a back and forth. Like, they both can go 1A, 1B. I'm going with Indiana, though. I know Dan Lanning will have his team ready, but Cignetti just seems as though he's got something with that team. Like, he's just built it up. On the Ole Miss Miami side, it depends. Ole Miss, I'd love to see it just so Lane Kiffin can keep getting paid, because it's shit you don't see anywhere. And then also, for anyone that does not know, their backup quarterback, Austin Simmons, is transferring to Missouri. Mind you, all this shit is happening while they're continuing to go in the college football playoffs. Only in sports can you continue to go forward, but every single trickle and dime of that whole tree is just going different directions. Trinidad is signing another contract to be with Ole Miss. Austin Simmons, who, for anyone that doesn't know, is a super genius. Look up his GPA that he had in high school. Insane. But he's going to Missouri. You know he's getting paid there. But then on the other side, you have just one person that we need to talk about, Michael Irvin. I just want to see BTA. Carson Beck is doing Carson Beck shit. They're saying some of the different quarterbacks down in Florida are just, one of them are going to transfer to Miami. Carson Beck, I don't know what you want to do after this, but this is exactly why they said Quinn Ewers left, Carson Beck stayed. They both were going to get picked around the same place. So Carson Beck is just chilling in Miami doing his thing. I will be watching the game, but I have Miami and Indiana going to the championship game, and that's the game I really want to see, because it's going to be home field advantage versus the best team in the country. So that's that side of it. But I know you guys didn't really come here fully for that. You guys came here to hear about everything that's going on with us in terms of the NFL. Steven, when I'm bringing all this up, we're going to go through the standings, and then we'll go through the stats of the fantasy football. Then we'll go into the picks for the games for this week. Who do you think had the better record finishing up the season? We did 18 weeks.
I'm gonna go ahead and say me.
So it's crazy. This is just as close as the NBA points.
I'm just gonna say that.
And I'll break it down to, I looked at the exact week as to what changed it all. So
give me your record. Give me your record first.
My record is 166 and 100 and 106.
166 to 106.
Yes, I had a win percentage of 610.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yours was 162 to 110.
Oh man.
And here's the thing. Our weeks, we washed out every week. I got it down. The week that changed everything was week 11. And week 11, I went 13-2, you went 9-6.
Oof.
And yeah, the games that impacted a lot, the games that were that week were the Jets, Patriots. We guessed the same. Commanders, Dolphins, guessed the same. Falcons, Panthers, we both guessed wrong. Bucks, Bills, both guessed correct. Texans, Titans, both guessed that correct. Bears, Vikings, you got it right. Packers, Giants, got it right. Bengals, Steelers, we did the same. So mind you, hear what I'm saying? We're basically washing out. So then you're like, all right, where does it start to come at? I got you there. Because it is the Seahawks and the Rams. You guessed the Seahawks, I guessed the Rams. And then it was the Chiefs, Broncos. This is when the Chiefs, we thought they were still something. You guessed the Chiefs, I guessed the Broncos.
Yep.
And then the next one was the Lions, Eagles. You guessed the Lions. I went with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So then that's really where it ends up hitting us at.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So other than that, it was really close, but that's really the week where it changed a lot of it. The next part I want to end up bringing up is stats for each of the positions. And I only did the top 5 for anyone wondering. We'll start with the running back because that's the one that we really do care about. Steven had Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, CMC, Kenneth Walker. I had Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, and CMC. The actual top 5 was CMC, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, and Devon Achane.
Okay.
So we got the first 3. That's the one that we knew. It was those other 2 that were the question mark.
Fair.
Quarterback. That's the one doesn't really matter at all. But Steven had Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, Jaden Daniels. That's his top 6. My top 6, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels wasn't on here if anyone doesn't know.
Right.
Number 1 was Josh Allen. Number 2 was Drake May. Number 3 was Matthew Stafford. Number 4 was Trevor Lawrence. And then number 5 was Caleb Williams.
Okay.
So that's the big one. Wide receiver. Steven did really good on this, and I'm going to top 10 because number 10 is really important for us to all hear. Number 1, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown. 2, he did a split of Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, which in hindsight was genius. DK Metcalf, Marvin Harrison Jr., AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, JSN, Justin Jefferson, number 10. And he's the one.
I told you guys.
He knew.
Told you guys beginning of the season. This dude's not gonna have a good season. He had 1,000 yards, but it was not.
It's not the easy way. Like they force fed him at the end to get him there. Mine was Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Puka, Brian Thomas Jr., AJ Brown, Drake London. The actual top was Puka Nacua. There you go. JSN, which you have in there as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown, which you guessed. So you were spot on. 3 and 3. You guessed him to be 2. Jamar Chase, George Pickens, which I had CeeDee. It clearly went the Pickens way. Chris Olave, Zay Flowers, which do not count Zay Flowers if you guys know what we're talking about. Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, and the surprise one, Michael Wilson, which was not that way until you end up having Jacoby Brissett, Marvin Harrison Jr. have an injury, and then it switched up. Final one, which is going to be super easy for us to go through because nobody guessed any of this, is the tight ends. Steven had Travis Kelce, Brock Bowers, Sam Laporta, David Njoku, Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Pat Freiermuth, Dalton Kincaid, Evan Ingram, Tyler Warren. I had George Kittle, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce, Tucker Kraft, Mark Andrews, David Njoku, TJ Hawkinson, Tyler Warren. The one that is kind of right was Trey McBride. The surprise the hell out of everyone won was Kyle Pitts.
Oof. Kyle Pitts, right.
Kyle Pitts.
Where's Loveland on that list? Is he?
I'm glad you asked. Number 1, Trey McBride, Kyle Pitts, Travis Kelce, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, Harold Fannin Jr., Dallas Goedert, Juwan Johnson, Hunter Henry.
Wow. Loveland. Okay. He came on
Loveland
a lot later. Okay, that's fair.
He came on later. And the only thing I'm going to bring up with the defense, we don't have to go through everything. I just need to talk about the 2 that I said in the beginning of the year. And you know where I'm going with this.
Fuck,
so
dude.
I said Baltimore Ravens were going to be the last. Actually, I said Baltimore Ravens was going to be 30th. I said the Bengals was going to be 32nd. The Bengals were 29 and the Ravens were 22. The Ravens defense is also part of the reason why John Harbaugh got fired, because he wanted to hire who he hired for his defensive coordinator, because his defensive coordinator is now balling out in another place. So what you all need to realize is this defense is some shit. You do not need to keep relying on Marlon Humphreys. I get that you guys think he's good. He's not. I also get that you guys want to continue to talk about Rashad Bateman, which we'll get into that in another story, because he's not. So I remember all the receipts that everyone's talking about Rashad Bateman. So number 1, he's not. But the actual was the Seahawks, Texans, Broncos, Browns, fuck the Jags. So that's the side over there. Now we can get into the games for this weekend. So the first game is the Rams versus the Panthers. Who do you have?
Rams.
I have told everyone, and I'm sticking to it, this is a bye week for the Rams. I don't care what really happens, but it's a bye week. Packers, Bears.
Oof. I am going to go with the Bears. You also got to think
So
about which quarterback you trust more, because that's ultimately what it comes down to.
yeah. So mine is a contingency. I have the Packers, but this is dependent on if Jordan Love logs 3 full participations. If he logs any at all limited or DNPs, it's the Bears. I don't A lot of people are probably saying, well, it just depends if he plays Sunday. No, it doesn't. Like with these type of things, if he gets injured at all during that game, they're done. They're on
Right.
their third string quarterback. Like Malik Willis might not be there for you guys. So it's really, if Jordan Love full participation, cool. It can be the Packers. If not, the Bears got this. The next one, Bills Jags.
Fuck the Jags, dude. But
No.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. This is a big playoff run for Josh Allen.
That's
Big
fuck the Jags.
big playoff run for him.
I told everybody that this is those years. For anyone that doesn't know, if you think about when in the NBA, when the Detroit Pistons won their championship during the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls era, that's that. You can even date it back some in terms of when the Houston Rockets won theirs during that same era.
Yep.
This is that. The Chiefs are out of it. Joe Burrow's not playing in it. Lamar Jackson's not playing in it.
You know damn well as I do that if God forbid the Bills win the Super Bowl, they're gonna be like, well, he had to go through Lamar Jackson. He didn't have to go through Patrick Mahomes. Like this doesn't count. This does not count.
Yep.
So people, like, whether it doesn't, like this is a lose for Josh Allen, because if he loses, obviously they're it's the same. It's gonna be the same narrative for both winning and losing. But I'm gonna go with the Bills in this one. Yeah.
This is his chance. We look at all the games. You have the Broncos. We don't know about Bo Nix. You have the Patriots. Okay, cool. I think they're maybe 1 year away and a draft away from being there. Got it. You have the Steelers. They just got into the playoffs barely. The Texans, not trusting them as far as I can throw them. Chargers, absolutely not. Not at this point. Fuck the Jags. It becomes, it's really the Bills to lose. And granted, there's other teams in it, but I'm saying this is the moment that Josh Allen has waited for. Like, you can just take your team to the Super Bowl. Everyone wants to see it actually happen. You have all these young dudes. You get paid all this money for this goddamn reason. Next game, 49ers Eagles.
Oh, man. That should be the best game of the weekend.
Yeah.
I think. I just don't know what version of either team we're going to get. Obviously, it goes without saying. But I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think the cross-country thing always plays a factor in that, even though it's the playoffs. And the Niners are banged up. They're probably like the least healthy team heading into the playoffs. I think it's going to come down to Chris McCaffrey, see what he can do, and probably carry that team. But I'm going to go with the Eagles in a close one.
People are going to be surprised when I go with the 49ers. I feel as though the Eagles, yes, they won the Super Bowl last year. The other part is their defense has been keeping them alive. That offense is not figured out. All Kyle Shanahan has to do is figure the hell out what's going on with that offense on the Eagles side, and the Eagles are done. They have not been using Saquon Barkley like they should have, but yet Christian McCaffrey is doing everything he's doing over there. A.J. Brown, all they have to do is just push him out a little bit, and then he's going to be set off. Devontae Smith, they can lock him down. I promise you, if they find the right zone or man coverage, they can end up taking away one of them, and then it becomes Jalen. What are you going to do?
Pause. Real quick. Penn State basketball is down by 1 to Michigan, who's the number 2 team in the country, at home right now. 47 seconds left. Penn State is down 1, 73-72. So wow. we got that going on live right now. And I think it's Michigan's ball. They missed a shot, missed a 3. We're doing this live, by the way.
Yeah.
Michigan missed a 3, got a rebound, jump ball, Michigan possession, inbounds. Okay, keep going.
So I have the 49ers, Chargers, Patriots.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, Chargers, Patriots. I totally forgot the Chargers won the playoffs. I'm going the Pats though. They got the juice going. So
it's gonna be cold for anyone that doesn't know in New England. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots in that one. The final game is Texans Steelers.
Oh man. All right, hang on. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Penn State's got the ball, step back jumper. Ooh, missed it. Shit, got found. Damn. Penn State misses it down 1, 15 seconds left. Michigan going to the free throw line to shoot 2 or shoot 101. Man, I really want the Steelers to win this game, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the Texans can do what the Browns did and get a pass rush on Rodgers, A, they might kill him. B, they can. Yeah. I think that'll be a wrap because I don't know if Jalen Warren or Gainwell can beat you. Just running the ball. I think you got to get them both involved in the pass game. I will say though, okay, Michigan missed a free throw. If it's the free throw, still have 1. It's 2 shots. DK Metcalf, dude, is going to be the X factor, obviously.
100%. Stingley's going to be on him.
Huh?
Stingley's going to be on him.
Yeah. Not playing the 2 games, like, yes, he's fresh, so that helps. But like those quick slants that Rodgers might have, might get rid of the ball early. That's going to be a huge thing for him. But damn, CJ Stroud's a big moment for him as well. Speaking of big moments, in the Berg, coming off that win against the Ravens, I think it's a Monday night game in the Berg, in December or in January. So I'm gonna go Steelers.
Okay,
I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm gonna give a prediction for this one because why not? I'm gonna say 28-24. Steelers get the W.
Okay. So I have the Steelers in that one. I think the Texans do have certain pieces. It's just so weird what playoff experience can do. And is what
huge, dude.
Yeah. And not just Aaron Rodgers, but if you look at the defense, the different playoff experience that's there, and that's really all it takes. So I'm going with the Steelers.
Half the Steelers team has been there, done that.
Exactly. That's the big thing. And then this is where it comes from. Oh, Mike Tomlin can end up switching up the playbook in 2 seconds. All the plays you saw in the regular season might go out the window. Aaron Rodgers might just say, let me do me. And then that's when you can see, I don't know. I'm not saying DK will go for 100 receiving yards because I know Stingley's going to be on him and they're going to put someone over the top. But you can see a game like that from DK, or you can see
a lot of targets.
He is 100% because the big thing is they're going to try to lock him down. So then it becomes, are you going to let Austin and then Adam Thielen beat you? What's really going to happen over there? But that's the main thing on that side. I wanted to spend a couple of minutes talking about probably one of the more exciting topics this offseason. So I'm going to go through all the head coaching openings, and then I'm going to explain to you the one that I knew was going to end up happening. Ravens, Giants, Titans, Falcons, Cardinals, Browns, Raiders for head coaches. GM openings are Dolphins and Falcons. For anyone that watched the show last week, I said I thought Harbaugh was going to get fired. For numerous different reasons. It was either Harbaugh was going to leave or Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson weren't going to leave. One of the two weren't going to be able to stay there long term because of the fact Harbaugh's offense.
Time out. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. Oh.
Harbaugh's offensive scheme was not what was going to be right for this team. They say now he's probably going to be the main person, the main candidate for the New York Giants job. Great. I don't think Harbaugh's a bad coach. He's probably one of the best in the league, but this reminds me of when the Eagles let Andy Reid go. It doesn't mean he's a bad coach. It just means like that time is gone. The Ravens also need to find that number one receiver. Again, for anyone that was telling me last year, Rashad Bateman's a number one, like he doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he's not. Zay Flowers isn't even a number one over there. They had DeAndre Hopkins, but he was old, so it wasn't really going to help on that side. You're focusing on Mark Andrews, which everyone knew. Every single goddamn 2-point conversion that they did during the regular season, they just kept trying to go to Mark Andrews. That wasn't it. When you started throwing to Isaiah Likely, that's when it worked. But now, if you let Isaiah Likely walk, Isaiah Likely's about to get paid in the offseason. So I think the Ravens is probably the top place that a good offensive-minded head coach can go. Just get a good defensive coordinator. The one you have now is not the answer. I'm sorry, but he's not the answer. You need new pieces. Get rid of Marlon Humphreys even while you're at it. Nate Wiggins, yeah, sure, he can be a solid 2. You have Kyle Hamilton. Just build around them. Roquan Smith, you guys probably chose the wrong one. Probably should have kept Patrick Queen, if I'm being honest with you. But you end up choosing who you chose, so that's on you. The other positions that look really enticing, I would say the Giants. That's a really good job position for anyone that would want it. I know people say the Falcons. You don't have a goddamn quarterback. Michael Penix, you don't know the next time he's going to be able to play.
Right.
And then Kirk Cousins is 37. You just restructured his contract, which I didn't know he was 37. That's insane in itself. Raiders position is not great. I mean, yes, maybe for the long term and for the legacy, but it's not the best. Browns, nobody ever wants to go there. You end up just falling off a cliff when you go there. Titans, you need more pieces. But out of the positions that are open, who would you say is the best head coaching position? Well, which place?
Ravens.
100%.
They have great organization. That's like the only team that they're not in complete shambles.
Yeah.
Everybody else is complete dog shit.
Yep.
Like dog shit. Lamar just has to be healthy. Like if Lamar Jackson's healthy,
That's
I don't know how many more years they're going to get out of Derrick Henry. Doesn't seem to be slowing down. So
I feel he wants Emmett's
ride
record.
that. Yeah, ride that till the wheels come off, I guess. But that's something you got to start thinking about. Got it. Like everyone loves Mark Andrews. Sure, I get it. But like, you have to get a receiver.
Yeah.
Those guys are not. They have, number one wide receiver moments. But like, if you're going to be number one wide receiver, you can have moments. You got to have like entire season. We're not even going on. He's too old for this. As long as Lamar's healthy, there's a couple pieces missing on defense. Obviously, that game is completely different if Kyle Hamilton doesn't get hurt. So I don't know what the injury was. I'm guessing concussion. I don't think they ever said, but a couple pieces you got to get shored up on the defense, but like that really hasn't mattered if Lamar's healthy because like they ball out with him obviously. So I think that's an easy one. The Giants, sure, I get it, young team. Everybody else is dog shit. I know the Raiders have, I know they have all like the pieces like a coach could want in terms of like the number of picks and the draft and all that stuff, right? But like, it's the Raiders. And that division isn't going to get any easier, right? Doesn't seem like the Broncos aren't going anywhere. Chargers probably aren't going to go anywhere. Chiefs, you never know. If Mahomes is healthy, next year.
They're there every year.
If they just kind of reload, Kelsey, I'm guessing, is probably going to retire. If not, it doesn't matter because he's not going to be Travis Kelsey. So, like, they're just going to get a couple extra pieces. But they might also kind of be definitely on the backside of things because you never know how long Andy Reid's going to want to keep coaching. He's getting up there. So their windows may be closing a little bit. But again, as long as Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback there, you can't count him out. So the Raiders are the worst job, or one of them. Titans are dog shit. So easily the Ravens.
Yeah. So I have one more point on the Ravens, but I'm saving it for the what you got. So what you got?
I've mentioned this before. This is an emotional one. So probably like a year ago, and this is not gonna be what you think it is.
It's gonna be McDonald's.
Yo, it is. Dog. Okay. So about a year ago, I think it was, the McDonald's in downtown State College closed. I don't think I ever took you there. I don't think we didn't.
We drove by it.
We've driven by it, but we didn't meet in college, so I don't think there was ever an opportunity for us to go there. But nonetheless, the McDonald's in downtown State College on College Avenue was like, I don't know, every college town, every college has their spot. I don't know what it was at ODU. We've probably talked about this multiple times. Hey, no, I'm not. There's no shade at ODU. I mean, I know it's a small place, but like whatever. Everyone's probably meeting at one spot because there's that many people. But shout out to ODU. McDonald's was that place. So also in downtown State College, not anymore because the whole town has completely changed and buildings all over the place. But there was a spot called Beaver Canyon. The two main streets in State College are Beaver Avenue and College Avenue. Beaver Avenue had Beaver Canyon, which had Canyon Pizza, dollar slices after midnight. And like there's three massive apartment complexes right there where everyone would flood to after apartment parties and this and that. So that was one spot. McDonald's was the other spot. Everyone know like that was the place to be. And like, again, you've been to places like that when you were in college. Every place had that spot. Like there was always one or two spots, but like the main spot was usually some fast food place if you had one. But McDonald's was that spot. Like you go in there 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, everyone's hammered, dude. Everyone's on another level, and you're like people screaming for the orders. I've fallen asleep and passed out at McDonald's multiple times. Woke up, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Nothing better, dude. Nothing better. Like my phone's been buzzing about that. All my boys, like all my friends from college were talking about it. It was just like that spot. It was the crack spot after you get the bars at 2 o'clock in the morning. So
not Michael Irvin's.
No, not that crack spot. But just one of those things, like you start talking about that kind of stuff and memories pop up and you like start scrolling back on old photos, all that kind of shit. So that was a tough one. And it just got demolished. Like the whole thing just got taken down. It was one thing when like you saw it closed, like it's boarded up and whatnot, but then they got fucking tore the whole thing down. Fucking shout out to McDonald's, dude. Shout out to McDonald's in downtown State College, West College Avenue, after 2 o'clock in the morning, getting out from the den. Fucking, if you know, you know. Shout out to the homies, man.
So for anyone that wonders what is at ODU, number one, first off, Steven's going to go there. If it's not this year because of the game, it'll be next year. But the first thing is we had a place called Del Vex. It was very similar to what you had for Dollar Slice Pizza. I didn't go there because anybody that knows me knows I only ever went to one place, and that was 7-Eleven. So I could just get whatever I needed at 7-Eleven. Everyone knew, even all the cashiers knew I was going to get probably 3 taquitos and some cookies and a Gatorade, call it a day. I was fine. I could just rally the next day. But that's probably the main places that we had over there. We also had random different cafeterias that you can end up buying things in. But my two that I have, number one, Steve and I talked about this in the beginning of the year. I don't think we knew that the season was going to come down to this. The Ravens lost on a kick. And I was talking to 3 people. If he didn't do the shit he did, everyone knows he would have made that kick. Justin Tucker would have 1,000% made that kick.
Yeah.
And people are like, he would have made it with his left foot.
I never thought about that, honestly, until now.
He would have absolutely made that. But they put it on the back of the rookie kicker. And a lot of people are like, damn, I can't believe he missed it. Well, the season should not have come down to this kick. The game should not even come down to this kick.
It shouldn't have.
10-0 at one point. They threw 2 touchdowns to Zay Flowers. And the reason why they lost that game is the reason I've told you guys from the whole goddamn season. The Ravens defense. They absolutely did it. And I could tell you the pieces. If y'all want to go through every single piece, I could tell you it. It wasn't Rashad Bateman, respectfully. It was not him on offense. But that's the main thing. Justin Tucker would have made that kick. And they just were in a situation of, you had to go with the rookie. He will gain so much experience from that, and he probably won't make that again because the whole offseason he's going to be doing it. All next season he's going to be doing it. Derrick Henry's on his back for it. But then the other thing is just everyone does like New Year's resolutions and different things. So our big thing is there's going to be so much stuff coming out for the podcast, whether it's on the Quick Slant side, whether it's on just the 2 a.m. Sweden side. I'll be putting out a whole series of different places that either me and Steven go to or I go to, just stadiums in general. Because I went to Lumen Field. Of course, we were at the big one down in Texas. That's another one. And I'm seeing like various, we got to end this soon because people are starting to put random ass comments now. But then it's just been Penn State and Saints, the Superdome. The Caesar Superdome, whatever you guys want to call it. But a lot of those. So there'll be a series of those different ones coming out. So just stay tuned for it. And then, of course, we want to take the show on the road. So a lot of different places we end up going. Definitely will end up going there. My hope is if not this year, then next year, we will be able to do it in certain bars. So that's the goal of like different sports bars. I have one in Alexandria. I got to see when we can end up doing that. But it's a place called such and such. If you know, you'll end up going there. But that's the big thing. Think about your kicker. At the end of the day, kickers need money too. Till next time. We out.
Peace.